If you're thinking of setting up a free zone company, you've probably already seen that there's lots of free zones all over the UAE, which means there's lots of opportunity to make lots of mistakes. Hi, I'm Kate Williams from Connect Group, a company formation expert. So Connect Group has been helping individuals and companies move to the UAE since 2016. Through this video, we're going to be going over the 9 biggest mistakes and challenges that our clients have faced. A very common challenge we see people face when setting up a free zone company is their choice of name. Now, there are restrictions in mainland jurisdictions and free zone jurisdictions on the name that you can choose. However, we see people commonly get stuck with their name in free zones. This is mainly because in mainland, the activity of your business will be mentioned at the end of your business name. However, in free zones, it's not. It's recommended, but it's not mandatory. So what we see people do is, for example, they'll have a consultancy company and they'll call it ABC Commerce. It's not a commerce company, it's a consultancy company. So the free zone will just reject that name. Now, the free zone does not tell you why they've rejected the name. They just tell you it's rejected and then you have to guess again. So we find that it takes a lot of time for us to sit with our clients and go over what they should choose and what they're allowed to choose. When setting up a free zone company as well, you really need to think about the growth of your business. Now, at the beginning, you may think that you're not going to require physical office space. However, in a year's time, you will. You need to ensure that that free zone you're setting up in has the space that you're going to need for yourself and your employees, because your office space needs to be within that free zone. It's a good idea to check the cost of the offices and warehouses available in that free zone beforehand. Even if you don't think you're going to need them, it's better to know that you're not going to be locked into a contract that's going to cost you hundreds of thousands of dirhams right from the start. Also, if you could potentially need a warehouse in the future, not many free zones offer that. And if they do, they're usually completely sold out years in advance. So it's something to double check. If you're thinking of setting up a free zone company, then click the link below and have a free 30-minute call with me or one of my colleagues. Picking the right free zone is also very important. Most people just want something that's cost effective, but in the long run, that will impact their business. So for example, trading companies. If you're actually going to be trading within the UAE through a distributor, having your company based in somewhere such as Jafza or Davza makes sense because your products are going to be imported into those free zones. If you were going to set up in a generic free zone, it's probably not the best idea for you because your products will not automatically be sent there. They'll have to be sent to another free zone first and then transported to you. Each free zone has their own rules, regulations and pricing. It's very important to know that beforehand. Some activities can be generic and be in any free zone. So for example, if you wanted a consultancy company and someone recommended you a premium free zone such as Jafza, if your clients aren't specifically based there, there's not really any need for you to be there. And you could get a license for a third of the price elsewhere, which will suit you to exactly what you need. A challenge we see people face all the time is with their business activities. Just because your business activity has a title doesn't mean the description exactly matches that. It's extremely important to read the description of that activity. As long as we can justify why that activity is relevant for you, you won't face any issues. However, for example, if you wanted something along the lines of recruitment and a free zone doesn't offer that and they offer you HR consultancy instead, at the end of the description it specifically says no recruitment activities allowed. So you need to be very careful when picking the activity on your license. Some free zones ask you to delegate positions to certain shareholders or managers. For example, they will want you to delegate the manager, the director, the secretary, HR signatory, and so on. What we tend to recommend is having one person as all of these at least to start off with. And this is because when it comes to opening bank accounts, they're becoming more and more strict. And what we've seen is that they'll want all of these people to be physically present as signatories in order for you to open your corporate bank account. It's very important to consider who's going to be the shareholders on your license, as there's a lot of KYC checks in the UAE. This is to check for things such as nationality, criminal record, all things along these lines. So if you don't check this beforehand, or if you don't take this into consideration and then something flags up, it completely stops the process of your company formation or your bank account opening. Once your company is set up and the visa is processed, you'll then start thinking about opening your bank account. Now, when you go to open your bank account, there will be a KYC done by the bank itself. The bank will want to see legitimate proof of existence. These will be things such as a working website, company stamp, letterhead, and LinkedIn profiles of your shareholders or your employees. A challenge companies face after a year or so of operation in the free zone is that they want to expand and potentially move to the mainland. In the UAE, you cannot transfer your license from a free zone to a mainland jurisdiction, or the other way around. Wherever your license is based is where it should remain. If you wish to move, you need to close down that license and set up in the new jurisdiction. Or you can set up a branch of your current company in the new jurisdiction as well. If you want to know more about opening a bank account in the UAE after your license and visa is completed, then watch our other video we've prepared that goes over challenges that people face.